Hello and welcome to Probability of Demise, the podcast that you always wanted to pod. If you could add more people to your pod, you would add more people to your pod. And today we added people to our pod, Probability of Demise. Check us out, probabilityofdemise.com. You can also check out our people. We, of course, have the old fogies, myself and friends, but we have the new fogies as well. So let's start off with the new fogies, because the new fogies are more fun and novel and interesting and more likely to get us likes, subscribed, comments, etc., etc.
Yeah, so, nobody likes us.
We're mud. So Jim, would you like to introduce yourself, if at all?
How's it going? My name's Jim. I am Jess's big brother, and I taught her everything she knows. So all the mistakes she makes, that was not me. She learned that somewhere else.
I love it. Solid. Nice cover. Beautiful. Well done. Lance.
Yeah, I'm Lance. I'm just as big of a nerd as my uncle Jason here. And I was introduced to my nerdery in part because of him, because World of Warcraft and all of the rating and all of that fun stuff. But hi, happy to be here.
We all have those dark moments in our lives. Larissa, Jess, and Jason. Would any of you like to introduce yourselves again? Remind people of who you are and why you exist.
Throwing back to the good old days of when Lance was like 10 and he would hop on his dad's paladin and heal us in our raids because he was better at it than his dad. But,
hard painfulness.
You know what? The truth hurts. I'm Larissa. I am married to that one in the bottom center. And yeah, so I've been playing D&D. My very first group, Jess and Rick were in it, and they've been stuck with me ever since.
We keep them.
And he's stuck with me. He has paper. Or I have paper that says he has to stick around. So.
You retain the paper, right? You don't let him touch it.
Yeah, I had to file all the paperwork when we got married, let me just say. He just had to sign it on the day of.
Yeah, if you don't change your name, it's really easy.
Bureaucracy is bullshit.
I had to get a new passport. I had to
hey,
get
listen,
a new Social Security.
After a 25-hour drive, I went and got the marriage license. Don't forget.
All
anyway,
right.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm married to Larissa, who's over there. And I'm on this podcast all the time. So, hi.
And Jess.
I'm Jess. I was brought into this world to annoy my big brother. That one. Which is hard to do when I'm... It's hard to do when I'm not around him as often as I used to be. But, I gotta find ways.
There's lifelong goals and tasks, and it's okay. You have lifelong to figure it all out, make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm Rick. I get to GM for this crazy crew of lovely human beings that I really like hanging out with. But today we are starting off some cozy winter one-shots. Cozy only in that we're inside and not living outside in the cold. So we'll see how cozy this actually turns out to be.
When the monsters outside are frightful.
Ooh, I really like that song. That might have to be...
Do I need to finish the lyrics and send them to you?
Yeah, kind of. Like, there's...
But the fireball is so delightful.
The fireball slowly fried me. And then... Next session, totally inspired by this.
No one could revive me.
Beautiful. Just so I can dot my I's and cross my T's. I hope that's the right direction for those things to go. I also just wanted to share with you all that the tokens you are seeing today are brought to you by 2minutetabletop.com. We'll have the link in the description below because that's how affiliations and loveliness work. They're very nice. They gave us the ability to do this. They give everybody the ability to do this under a Creative Commons license, which is super nice of them. If you would like to also check out the maps that we will use during the session, you'll see the link down below as well. All right.
And you can say it for those who are listening.
Yes, we have.
I think it's rpgtabletops.com.
It'll be in the link on the podcast
check the description notes.
Because it's got a long.
And if you click it and then you like buy the map
letters.
pack, then we get like a little bit of money.
Slash
Yeah.
X2/30_57D. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't mess somebody up. There's somebody who's fully
Somebody's typing
Googling
that right now because you did that.
You are not a nice human. All right. And with all of that preliminary stuff out of the way, let's jump into the beginning. Jun, jun, jun. Transition music. Launch. Your eyelids, heavy as lead, flutter open. A soft, ethereal glow illuminates a chamber unlike any you've ever seen. Intricate, luminescent vines weave their way across the walls, casting dancing shadows, and a gentle breeze, carrying the scent of exotic flowers, stirs the air. You all try to sit up. You can't. Your body feels heavy, as if weighted down by a dream. As you struggle to regain your bearings, a voice echoes through the chamber. Ah! You've awakened. Welcome, chosen ones. Wherever you were before awakening in this moment, whether you were at home, cozily tucked into your bed, in battle, on a trek, you must have fainted, fell asleep, drank too much, whatever it was. You're now in a space that is not where you were. A chill runs down your spines as you realize that you're not alone. There's this being, and as it kind of slips out of shadows, its form shifts and shimmers. And there's strangers nearby. Their faces reflecting a confusion that you potentially also feel. Fear not, this is an opportunity, not a threat. Now arise so our game can begin. Who would like to start off describing your character and how you're coming to awareness of what's going on around you? DM inspiration for ridiculousness and awesomeness in equal measure.
Anybody?
Me, I will go.
Yes.
Hello. I have a visual aid today to explain my character.
For
This
those
is
of you
Gobo.
listening on the podcast, you
It's a-
see a nice little plushie of a mushroom
Yes.
done up in
he-
yellow-bodied, orange, brown, and
green.
gray cap. Okay,
Yes.
color.
It's green. His name is Gobo Mushcap. He is a solid 2 feet tall, and he tries really, really hard to look angry, despite how cute he looks, but his anger only makes him cuter, which frustrates him.
You're saying
No.
his anger only makes him cuter, but his cuteness only makes him angrier.
Exactly.
Barbarian
It's
cycle.
a
Vicious
right there.
cycle.
Terrible cycle, yes.
So some of you may not have realized that the mushroom in the room was actually a living being, but as you see it moving around a little too swiftly, you realize, oh, that's yet another. And thinking
That's when I realized that technically all mushrooms are living beings. So then
a sentient living being. But the sentient shroom is moving around with more alacrity than a traditionally non-sentient mushroom would ever do.
I can go next.
Okay.
I sit up, and you see what kind of looks like a mix between a gnome and a halfling. Not quite the gnomes you're used to seeing. She has long auburn hair. She's wearing leathers, pretty much forest colors, slipping in and out of shadows is kind of what she does. She's actually a kender, which is an enchanted gnome changed by magic. And kenders are known for their supernatural curiosity and fearlessness. And you've met Istra, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, where's my bear?"
Not the bear.
I can go next. My name is Loki. I am a halfling rogue. I have leather armor. I have weapons all over me. I have lots of pointy things. Short bow, short sword, a couple daggers. I'm kind of sitting over the side by myself, just like peering around, not sure about anything that's going on. I don't really trust anyone either.
Beautiful. Trust issues seem like a good rogue trait.
Especially the mushroom.
Yeah.
I really don't trust the mushroom.
Valid.
I need to
Spores.
stop muting myself.
Spores are dangerous.
Okay, so I'll sit up, and I'm apparently 9.5 feet taller than everybody else. No, I'm a Landon, and I am 7 feet tall, so I'm significantly bigger than at least two of you. Loki, you're an elf, or what are you?
Halfling.
Okay, yeah,
sorry,
so I'm huger than everyone else. All right. He's got like almost like a reddish color, like orangish reddish color to his hair, or like to his fur, and then his hair is more of a blondish yellowish color, kind of like this little icon. And he is in like full chainmail. He has a great axe and a great sword crossways across his back. Just he has options depending what mood he's in. Yeah, and he just sits up and he goes, looks around, doesn't see anyone, and then looks down. Oh, well, I'm feeling very displaced.
Amazing. So the one tall person amongst you. Oh wait, that's not quite true. Lance, be the other tall person.
Yes, so a dragonborn of I guess more humanoid standard size sits up, and he's got a single continuous fin that runs down his head and down his back, and he's wearing some loose-fitting white linen robes, and his skin reflects any light in a shiny metallic gold color. And he assesses everyone around him and simply says, "Well, this isn't the monastery."
I do apologize for dragging you all from your homes. It wasn't part of the grand plan, but I have gifts for you, and if you accomplish your tasks today in the labyrinth of the jungle, then you should keep them all, things you desire greatly. Please, enjoy and good luck. I hope you survive. And as this individual says this and completes these sentences, you see the equipment laying out. And that split second, at different times even, of seeing and assessing the gear is enough for this figure to disappear from sight, fading back into the shadows and becoming nothing more visually to you all. And there in front of you is a pile of various bits and pieces, a glaive here, a couple of other items here and there. and that whispered promise that if you survive the labyrinth of the jungle, you'll get to keep these things. And then you look around and you don't know these people. What, the game? If you have any questions or you would like to roll any checks or anything like that, this is a great opportunity for folks to get a little into that. Or if you would like to peruse the gear, you can go into your inventories and go ahead and equip those individual items we discussed.
I will go and pull the greatsword out of the pile, and then like look at my other greatsword and like put that in the pile, and then like put the nicer one in my sheath.
So
Back.
withdrawing a very well-made great sword and depositing a slightly pitted, slightly older, slightly beaten great sword into that pile, you all can see that there are other
Religion
treasures
doesn't
there.
pay well. I'm not an evangelist.
Other treasures and a new great, not so new great sword.
I see a ring that resembles a skull and is cold to the touch. I'll walk over and pull that out and take it to the side.
Beautiful.
I run in head first and dive into the middle to try to find what I want.
Roll a dexterity saving throw as you dived into a pile of sharp potential things, including a giant greatsword that was rusted and pitted.
Forgot about that
Mushcap.
part.
You're gonna be diced mushrooms, is what you're gonna be.
Does do mushrooms need a tetanus shot? Or...
Does a tennis shot work on mushrooms?
So wait, what am I rolling? Since I get the first roll of the
Dexterity saving throw.
save, that's right. Dexterity
Oh, by the way,
saving throw.
for fun introductions, everybody has DM inspiration to start. How I run that is y'all run it any way you want to run it, but you can create advantage on a roll, so you can re-roll a roll that you did not like, and you do not need to. You cannot know the outcome of the roll. So if you roll a 3 and I say, "Oh, you died," you can't say, "Well, I'm going to use my inspiration." No. You got to do it before I say you died.
Well, I rolled a 19.
Beautiful. You just slide down that blade like it's a cutting board rather than the cutting edge, and you land right on top of the item that you were after.
Beautiful. Yes, it's a beautiful. What is it? Breastplate, and it's covered in little mushrooms, even smaller mushrooms.
My brain like jumped ahead of your voice, and for some reason I thought you were gonna say it's a beautiful breast pump, and I'm not sure why. But
Jesus Christ.
like that's a weird thing to be in the loot pile, but okay.
Jeez.
Okay. So with the armor of fungal
That's how my
spores
brain works.
upon your body, you are all set. And then that leaves us with Istra, Simtekmesh, and Loki. Oh, no, Loki already got. No, Loki got.
Yes.
Loki got her ring.
As I'm like holding my head because I'm definitely feeling hungover, I go, "Excuse me, where's my what the? Ooh, shiny!" And I grab the glaive, which is almost as long as I am, and I pull another one from my back, and I go, "Oh yeah, this will work," and I drop it.
So now 2 blades in the sharp hooky pile.
Are you sure you can lift that?
Want to find out?
I like you.
I got money on the land.
Ooh.
I'll take that bet.
Ooh.
You never know. It's the wily ones you have to watch out for.
What about you, friend? I look over at the Dragonborn.
While everyone is apparently carousing and getting all their various bits and bobs, some Techmish is glaring icily at the foliage around them, and he would like to assess the area.
Yeah, are you just trying to like visual inspection, so like a perception check, or are you checking for dangers and assessing the probability of demise?
Yes, he is looking for anything that is immediate.
Roll a survival check.
Aw, not the one. Did you say it?
15 plus 3, 18.
Ew.
While these others have been diving into a pile of loot, you've been watching the shadows, and you can see something large is moving just beyond the vines. This ornate room is just an excuse of a space, really, and it's more of a gazebo. And there's something large and lumbering circling the space that you're in.
Well, anybody looking at the Dragonborn would see him suddenly crouch in a ready position, and he begins to edge towards the pile of gear, aiming to get whatever advantage he can, and alerts his newfound party and says, "Be on guard. There's something beyond the vines."
And you do spot the belt. The only thing left, a belt and two swords. So there are two blades of dubious quality and a very nice looking belt.
Simtek will strap on this scaled belt and then just kind of plant himself, waiting for whatever might come.
In my head, I'm seeing you like this Dragonborn crouching down and then just like hop, 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 hop over to the pile, put the belt on, hop, hop, hop. Scooch. I'm just gonna scooch over here.
Just does the electric slide over to the pile.
I was going to do like the crouched moonwalk, but yeah, I like the electric slide better. That's better.
I see this big dragonborn crouching down. I'm gonna try to hide behind something. Check
Which one are you hiding behind?
Well, I guess, yeah. Is there anything around us we're to hide behind? Are we out?
There's plenty of cover. This jungle-like environment. You're in a clear space. In what you can see now is a bit of a gazebo, but seeing that them crouch down, there's plenty of spaces to hide. There's actually, let's have you roll a perception check.
7 plus 3, 10.
There looks like there's plenty of spots. That looks like the trunk of a tree right there, trunk of a tree right there, furry leg right there, trunk of a tree over there.
I'll head towards the closest tree and try to get
Beautiful.
a nice hiding spot.
Roll a stealth check. If you roll with your rogue.
23.
Yeah, you're solidly tucked into the shadow.
I'm sorry, you failed. You failed with your 23. I'm sorry. At level 3.
That's why I needed him to roll that perception check. I was like looking for an opportunity there, but that rolled that one too high too.
I'm gonna do the opposite of hiding and just pull out my new greatsword and just like wait, like looking around. Not super smart.
I
big and pretty.
immediately get in front of the giant lion with my 2 things, and I go, "I'm ready."
She's trying to defend me.
Yes. And I like kind of very carefully like try to go like this, you know, shoo him backwards with my sword without hitting him. Be like, go. I shall handle this. And I'm gonna slowly like head forward and try to get a better view of what this thing might be.
As you march forward, Sim hadn't shared where they had seen things. Loki
And then
hadn't
I just
shared
pick
where
a
they had
random-
seen things. So I would
a
like
random
you to roll a
direction.
d6. I would love for you to roll a d6 because this is about to be my favorite thing in the world right now.
A D6?
Yes.
Oh, I think I froze. Hold on. You said a
You're here.
D6, right?
Nope, you're good. We can see.
D6.
Good. 4.
You lurch forward with each of your fighter stance steps, moving further into the vines and the tangles. Sim, you can see that they're approaching a shadowed figure and looking forward into the woods. There's this really thick mat of vine. It's dead vine or something in your way. You can't see past it. And then you feel something wet across your mushroom cap. Istra, would you describe for us your bear?
Yes.
A giant tongue currently licking the top of Mushcap.
So Bear's name is Bear,
Creative.
but it's spelled Bher. And Bear is a spectacled bear, so which are pretty rare, but essentially is like a black bear except has cream color here that then travels up and goes around their eyes, and there's like dots on their chest.
I thought you literally meant he had glasses.
No, it's just these species of bear.
It's a very
Um,
sophisticated bear.
Yes. He's the brains of this operation.
He has a doctorate in world literature, and it's very
Yes,
intelligent.
yes. But he is when he's on all fours, he's as tall as I am standing up. So he's not a giant bear, but he's about 4.5 feet tall, on all fours. And there's a little, it's almost like a sling. It's not quite a saddle. It's a little bit more of a sling that just kind of like sits back, piece of cloth, so that I can easily dismount and I'm not like strapped in or anything. And it's more of a partnership than Bear being my mount or anything. Bear is my longtime friend.
Mushcap, something's licking you. Is it getting a taste? Are you going to be eaten?
Do
Oh no, she did freeze.
do
Oh,
I
no.
see
Oh,
the saddle
We can
at
hear
all?
you. Can you see
Do you
what?
s- Do I see the saddle on Bear from where I
Roll a
am?
perception check.
Perception. I doubt I did.
Does the bear need to roll a con save for looking mysterious mushrooms?
Probably.
That'll be a
Like I
whole
said.
7.
The dead brown vines right in front of you, the really short ones, are just kind of obscuring things. And you reach up and you brush them aside, or you try to brush them aside, and they don't brush, but you hear coming from the vines that you're trying to brush aside.
I pick up my swords and I don't swing yet, but I just kind of like bounce back and forth, and I go, "Have at thee!" And waiting for
Giving
something to attack.
Istra, do you speak animal speak, or do you have?
I actually don't. It's just like commands and me inferring what bear.
I think from your long association, this particular moan you know to mean how cute can I keep it?
Bear. This is we don't know anything about this per thing mushroom. So I think if you wanted to keep it, you may have to ask its permission.
And coming into your view line, Mushcap, is the face of the bear.
Oh! Hello, large bear.
The tongue comes out.
See, I have let you live this one time, but if you lick me a thrice time, I will have to end you.
Bear, and I walk over and I just kind of put my hands on his side, and I just go, "Sorry." He tends to be a little overly friendly. It can be a problem, so I apologize. He's just generally affectionate, and I say, "Aren't you?" and I just scratch behind his ears. Yeah, buddy, I missed you. What happened?
As she's talking to this bear, the bear, I want to start looking around the perimeter to see if there's like an exit or an entrance or something that hints at where this labyrinth of a forest may be.
Does anybody know where we are or why we are here?
No.
As you look around Mushcap, you can make out that it's a jungle. You're in a jungle. And you can see off in the distance a little bit a stream that seems to come down from a jungle hill, possibly. But you can make that out. Anything else will require a perception check or nature check or something along those lines, depending on what you're trying to find.
I would like to do a nature check.
Just to ascertain the nature of the nature? Or is there something specific you're hunting for here?
I guess I'm just trying to understand what that person meant by a labyrinth of a forest.
Okay, beautiful.
You know, in his mind, he's thinking like, you know, like on a piece of paper, you have, you know, so looking for like
beautiful.
A doorway or something.
A door,
oh,
Charlie.
Good. So that's going to be a whole 5.
Yeah, it looks like you're supposed to run away from the stream. It looks like that's not where you're supposed to go. It's like an arrow pointing away from it. There's a bright light behind it trying to glow and like draw you to it. So you definitely don't feel like that's not how nature works. So it makes you nervous. Also, off in the distance, you think in that same direction near the stream, you think you can make out a large shape and something tiny glittering in front of it. And that's just not at all interesting. That doesn't seem to be right. And as you look around for other opportunities, it's just hedges of vines, and it almost seems impenetrable. Like it would almost be like a wall that you can't get through. But that doesn't fit a labyrinth piece of paper with tracing.
Well, clearly we should not go towards the stream, everyone. I'm very good with nature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna peek out.
Anyone else not convinced?
I'm gonna peek out from behind the tree. It's like the guy said we get to keep his items if we can escape here. I'm gonna like his items. If y'all are the best way to get out of here, I say we help each other.
I mean, and I just kind of twirl the glaive above my head and just kind of put it blade side up down into the ground like a staff, and I go, I agree, but what I don't agree with, and I kind of swing the glaive and stop it right in, or attempt to stop it right in front of the mushroom's nose. And say, what I don't agree with is that we shouldn't go that way. And then I point with the glaive.
My name is Felix, and I am a warrior of the god. Oh crap, Rourke. Is Nebanian a goddess or a god? I actually don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I was going to say, does it matter?
Its gender is about to change to whatever gender you just gave it.
I am a warrior of the god Nebanian. Who are you? If we are trapped in this place together, we should probably exchange names.
I am Loki.
I mean, we weren't really asking, like, what your, personality type is. We were asking for your name.
Loki.
I think Loki is his name.
Yep. I like to keep it
God,
low key.
Got it. All right. Hey, I mean, that keeps things simple. My name's not important, but if you really got to know, it's
I'm not
Maestro,
important.
But well, that's not true because I'm important, and I ended up here, and I'm pretty much assuming the rest of these peeps think they're important. So you must be too.
Only the mission is important. I'm not important.
I am
Okay.
important.
That's a whole different type of self-important. Let's go.
I want to walk
Syntax
to the
mesh.
center of
You
the
there,
Do you-
Mushroom.
group.
Wait, do you have a name?
Yes, I am Gobo Mushcap, and I am the personal guard to the king of my land.
Nice. And you, Dragonkin.
I am Tekmish, disciple of the monastic order of the Platinum Dragon, follower of the Golden Path.
Literal. Cool.
You seem
'Cause you know
serious.
Hey,
I'm very serious.
I
can
mean,
relate. I've also been
Wow.
called serious. Anyway,
and I just kind of look at Loki and I go, "Oh, this is gonna be rough."
Taking a lot of psychic damage over here.
Short people, huddle up. Little
I'll
ones, come over. Team 4 foot and under.
I do not go over because I'm one of the tallest in my land, so I don't think I'm short.
and then
Gobo just stays where they are.
Tim Techmesh and I, we stacked them on top of each other and put a trench coat around them.
And now there's a party of 3.
And I just see it. If I can, depending on how far they are away from me, I'm going to try to put my hand on top of Mushcap's cap and at least turn them so that they're looking towards the group, if not steer them towards us. Because I
I
am
allow
still
it.
2.5 feet taller than they are.
Standing tall, and yet not as tall as the halfling. Actually,
So-
not as tall as anybody.
No, definitely the shortest of the group. So obviously these two guys take themselves way too seriously, but I mean, they can be useful, right? and we like all the things we got. So
I would like to
Let's
roll a
just-
perception check to see if I can hear her whispering with my kitty cat hearing.
Yes. Go ahead and roll that. And Istra, you're just whispering a normal whisper, right?
yeah, I mean, I'm not
Okay.
like I don't have anything that's
18.
Yeah, with an 18, you're making out enough to gather the gist of this huddle
Okay.
of the 2-foot variety.
So let's just
3 foot. 3 foot.
The 2 to 3 foot.
Larissa's 4 foot, so it's like doing.
Yes, exactly. It is. Yes.
It's the ankle biters.
Yes.
If I have to climb something, I can
ABC,
use
the
them
Ankle
as
Biters
stairs.
Club.
Simtek leans over to Felix and says, "Are they talking shit? It looks like they're talking shit."
I'm not talking shit.
You're kind of talking shit. I can hear you.
No. I said you take yourselves way too seriously.
Why would you whisper that if you're going to just tell them after?
Because I mostly didn't want to make them uncomfortable.
Too late. I would like to
I
roll
do not-
another perception check and see if I can figure out the way to go.
Okay, so you're
Do
trying to
not
figure out like
care
a
for
path
their-
forward.
Yeah.
Opinions.
Roll a survival check.
Ooh. 16. No, wait. Hang on. I'm doing it, Larissa. I'm doing it.
Fucking finally. Thank you.
21.
We all get there eventually. With a 21, mackerel. With a 21, you scan the space, and Simtek had already kind of quartered a bit of the area, discounting it as of note. Had spotted the large creature that turned out to be a bear. Had Mushcap has clearly identified the wrong ways to go, and as you're scanning around and catching, you can see circular stones mark out a path towards the river.
How can
I'm going to go that way. And if they follow, then they can follow.
Yeah. So you all watch as Felix kind of moves from stone to stone, headed towards the waters. Is everybody following? I'm going to assume everybody's following.
I follow, but as I follow, I'm sort of rambling. You see, I feel we should not go this way. I am one with nature, and I feel that the other way, just kind of rambling on about how I thought the other way was better, but still walking with him.
Great.
I climb up onto Bear and I lean over next to his ear and I go, "Not like I said we should just go this way like 2 minutes ago, but okay."
All right.
I'll follow about 10
Second.
feet behind the bear. But I'm going to stick,
There's a gap.
yeah. I'm not getting too close to the bear.
Perfect. All right, so the trail feels a little bit of aliveness to it. There's the hum of unseen creatures. There's a bit of that whisper of leaves brushing together, the large jungle-like leaves. They make a slightly different sound than you may have heard in the locations where you are. The canopy above is dense, and it lets only these little slivers of sunlight dapple the ground in shifting places. The vines and moss-draped branches arch over the trail, and it kind of creates a bit of a sense of intimacy, maybe even claustrophobia, like a dungeon. The air is thick and humid, clinging to your skin and making every step feel a bit heavier. The path is uneven. There's roots twisting along it like the hands of some ancient guardians, and every so often you hear the squelch of mud as you step into a wetter part of the jungle floor. The cries of distant birds are punctuating the background murmur. You're movements feel loud against the natural quiet, especially for those of you who know how to slip around unseen and unheard. You every once in a while hear the occasional muttered complaint or grunt of exertion words. At every turn, the trail could reveal something unexpected. Fallen log covered in mushrooms that look like mushcap. A small stream that's trickling further on, probably a tributary towards the waterway that you're headed towards. Or strange creatures, well, not creatures, but their eyes, peeking at you from the distance, from the corners untaken, the narrow corridors of the jungle that give way to dead ends. But was that an animal? Low-key, as you stand behind several individuals and 10 feet behind the bear, could I have you go ahead and roll a perception check?
That is a 7.
Everything seems fine. The hair on the back of your neck is standing up straight, but everything seems fine.
I'm too distracted by bear.
The beautiful bear. Although I recommend the other end. Much prettier.
I'm not directly behind.
10 feet behind.
You see nothing. There is too much bear ass in your face.
Basically.
I saw it licking a mushroom. I don't know what it's capable.
Felix,
Yes.
I would like for you to roll a strength saving throw. As Loki misses a clue.
21.
21?
21.
Your mass and strength play well for you as several vines try to, seemingly of their own volition, snap together around your limbs and pull in multiple directions. And what should have, for a lesser being than you, ripped them limb from limb, only tugs you into a spread eagle position until you're able to pull back, jerking and breaking some of the vines from their grasp. And you see them writhing along the pathway, slowly retreating. The path forward looks clear once again, but there didn't seem to be anything in front of you in the first place. Or these vines just suddenly leap out and grab you in such a way. This is concerning.
I'm gonna turn around. Did you see that?
Well, maybe someone
I
should
mean-
look out for that.
Yes.
I mean, it was staring right at you, so I mean, it just kind of came out of nowhere. But I mean, if I'm honest, I was mostly just kind of closing my eyes. I'm a little tired. I'm a little hungover. Honestly, I'm pretty sure this is all just a drunk dream. But
Okay. I think. Let me know if I can do this. As I walk, I would like to continuously cast the cantrip Word of Radiance. And just have it in a 5-foot bubble around me, just bursting, so that if vines try to do that again, they take damage.
Yeah, beautiful. As you're going through it, and these things automatically fail Constitution saving throws. So as you're doing this, it's like a little bit of a firecracker parade at the head of your column of individuals. Felix is setting off this little firecracker, and you see bits of vine that were still suddenly leap back, caught on fire a little bit, sparking something. It's truly like the jungle has filled itself with firecrackers, and these vines leap back out of the path as Felix focuses on bringing forth this quick and easy spell. Can
And
you go ahead and roll a
The verbal forward is purring, so I'm just walking along like.
nice. So could you go ahead and just roll a d6 for me?
That is a 6.
Can take the man out of the Midwest.
Yeah, each time they spark, they retreat. They spark and they retreat. Deeper in the jungle, you hear a creature groan. And your path before you is cleared. Felix, thanks for murdering a jungle creature.
Whoa!
With the singular success of the paladin, you come out into an open area, a space that is at the kind of a height. And you can see that the stream that you had seen off in the distance actually comes down below you. You're standing at the top of a cliff face, and below you, you can see a swirling vortex where that stream is being underground. It winds its way back into the distance, and you can see that there's multiple little waterfalls or tributaries. Each of them glow a slightly different color, and you can make out this open valley in the jungle. Whatever this winding pathway has been is no more, because before you is this valley, and to the far end of the valley, off to the, let's call it the northwest corner, you can make out a small platform. It looks similar to the gazebo that you left, but from this distance, you can't tell more than that. There appear to be two distinct ways of traversing the valley. You could work through a little bit of jungle, but then it's kind of open plain space with some cover and such, but fairly open. And to the south, you could traverse through what you've been dealing with, the jungle. There's more jungle, a couple of open spaces, but there's definitely some traversing up and down cliff faces to make your way what looks like, it feels like the long way around. But what catches your attention is on that long way around, you can make out a very large shape on top of a cliff. And next to that large shape is a small, you think it might be a living being, glittering and moving. And if anybody would like to see if they could figure out more, roll really high perception checks.
I'm going to sidle up next to him.
7.
And based on
Okay.
the fact that I'm sitting on Bear, puts me almost as tall as him. And even when I go to clap him on the back, it's still under his shoulder blades. And I go, "Nice job, kitty cat." And then I go, "Wait, what's that?" And then I try to roll a perception check and see what you're talking about.
Roll that perception check.
Ooh.
I also got a 7.
I rolled
I
a
got
22.
22.
What'd you get, Lance?
22.
21.
We have two 22s and a 21. Jeez Louise.
That's brilliant. So if you pull up the map space again, you'll be able to see that off in the distance across the space, there's where you are with Bear, and then that's on the eastern side, the far right side of the map. But if you look over to the west, those of you who rolled so high, please don't move my Sphinx. You can see a
I
Sphinx.
was just trying to click on it.
It was me. I'm
You can
sorry.
s-
I didn't mean to.
You can see a Sphinx here. You can see a Sphinx, and for those of you who rolled the 22, not just the lower 20 number, you can make out fairly distinctly a little tiny dragon, and they appear to be engaged in conversation. The dragon appears to have butterfly-like wings, but you can see the area, and what I'll do is I'll scribble on my page here. Let's go with purple. The pathways you can see are this long winding pathway that takes you up and down cliff sides and through lots of woods and forests, which would take you near them. Or, let's go with a different color. Let's go with the yellow pathway. You can take the slightly less problematic pathway and come to what looks like the end goal over there. So either way, you would get to that end spot. But you can see that there's two options in pathways. Third option would be to swim. So let's go ahead and do some blue. You could jump off the cliff face into the water and swim, and then walk. I'm going to erase those now.
Last time we jumped into the water with you, some kind of weird abysmal horror like came out and tried to kill us. So I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah. And then when I healed it, it imploded and died. So.
Are you saying when I offer water, you don't trust that?
I'm saying I never trust you, but that's okay. You're the
I mean,
DM. I'm not supposed to.
Does anyone else see that little dragon arrow?
I don't see anything. It's very bright.
It's next to that big, the big thing. There's another little thing.
I see better at night. It's very bright out.
I don't see anything. I just see things and tall people in front of me.
Is Mushcap anywhere near me? Like in order? Like, did they happen to like walk up next to me?
Sure.
Mushcap?
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to grab them by like the back of their collar and yank them up so that they're sitting in front of me on Bear.
The whole time I don't actually stop her, but I go, unhand me! This is uncalled for! I shall smite you!
I mean, you said you
not...
couldn't see, so...
As soon as
Can
I
you
get up there and I
actually
can see better, I go, oh. You will find out, Loki.
I can. No
Don't
big deal, though.
test me.
Well, I see the big thing. I see that it definitely looks like some sort of sphinx.
Should we go this way or that way? Do you want to go check that thing out, or
Sphinx way or no sphinx?
I mean, if we go this other way, we might just be able to get out. I don't.
Let's pull the group. If you want to, I guess, go speak with the sphinx, raise an appendage.
I raise an appendage.
DM.
Yes.
So, as a player, I know a lot about sphinxes. What would my character know about them in the world?
Let your character know all that you know. Maybe you took a course in the monastery and you know everything that there is to know about sphinxes, and all the conflicting and incorrect and correct information is all there jumbled together.
I'm just gonna be like, I heard they don't have noses.
Roll a history check and I'll give you some specific information.
I would gladly roll a history check.
Did I mention my intelligence is 8? I'm just saying.
History, not good.
Didn't, but I love that.
Dump stat forever.
The dump stat for paladins.
18 minus 1 is 17.
I'm not a smart man.
Also, another low intelligence character. Did everybody dump intelligence? Just curious right now.
No, actually.
Yes.
As you try to think through, you hadn't heard of many times that a sphinx would be in a fey realm, which is the only thing you can think to describe this space. So the primary connection that you could see of fey realm seeking out a sphinx would be those riddles. So yes, I think overall you are very much aware of what a sphinx is. One that would agree to serve the Fae? It's a little fishy.
Simtek pipes up and he says, well, sphinxes have been known to provide cryptic answers to questions you ask them. Though, why there would be a sphinx here of all places, I couldn't say.
I mean, and I just kind of look around at everybody. Does anybody have a burning question they want answered?
I have to say the other way looks a little easier, but then again, maybe it's too easy. Like crap.
For one, I would like to know why we're here and how to leave.
To the Sphinx, then?
We can figure that out from the Sphinx. We can try.
And
I
Easter
already
just kind
voted
of-
this way.
Easter just kind of slumps and goes, okay, all right, Sphinx it is. And she just leans over to Bear's ear and goes, I really did not want to go this way.
So are you going to take the difficult traverse, or are you going to like circle all the way around to get to the
Purple.
Sphinx from the other way?
Purple.
The long and winding
Wait,
road.
Beautiful.
And I point my sword
That's-
and I go, onward, licky animal.
Oh, so broken.
Hoping it'll move.
So
Just say
that's great.
Bear. His name
Bear.
is Bear.
His name is Bear.
As you-
Go.
It's slow going. You are traversing through jungle, and as you go, you do come to the cliffside that you'll have to scale down. How will you each, including Bear, try to traverse this cliff face? Two cliff faces, technically, but we'll just call it all one.
The old-fashioned way.
All right. I got some
Yeah,
rope.
Simtek,
Oh, good call. Not the old-fashioned way, with rope.
Is rope the old-fashioned way now?
I'd imagine it's pretty old-fashioned.
So yeah, you begin to traverse down the first section. I would love for each of you that has a dexterity of 12 or less to just roll a check to see if you're able to climb down. Those of you who have a dexterity of 16 or higher can choose to assist those who climb less proficiently and roll a d20 as well for that. So that'll be
I have a-
sorry, athletics check for anybody who's making this climb. But
How long
your
is the cliff
dexterity is
face?
wired. What's that?
How far down is the cliff face?
It's like a 30-foot drop.
Okay.
20
What if
30
we're in the
foot
middle of
section.
that?
Who's
I have a
having
question.
trouble with this guy?
What's the question?
Is there, because I was hoping to maybe do something a little different, possibly. Is there like a tree, like a tall tree, like opposite of the cliff face? / how far away would that be?
There's tall trees at the top of the cliff face, and then tall trees farther away from the cliff face. Like if you look right, let's
Are we here where Istra is on the map now?
There's come on, colors.
I wasn't
Purple.
sure which cliff face we were looking at.
We're talking
So
about
there's
this
some
cliff?
trees here
Ah,
at the top of this,
Uh-huh.
and there's trees here at the top of this part of the cliff faces.
wait.
So
So,
how
which
far
one are we trying to climb
away-
down?
Both, but
The
I
first
just said I was
Okay.
going to lump them together.
Okay.
What's the distance from where we currently are to that pink set of trees?
You can use your ruler tool and measure it.
And ruler.
Yes.
30.
So like 38 feet. Okay, and then where's my inventory?
Sorry,
Uh,
Lance and Jim. We don't normally play with maps. We usually do theater of the mind. And so having a map is useful, but it's also full of new toys to touch.
Right.
The home game was terrain. I have a lot of fun making terrain.
Okay, never mind. I don't think I can do what I wanted to do, so I just climbed down with everyone else.
Okay.
So for me, Bear and I have done this before. So I take my rope and I put it behind his head and behind his shoulders so that the rope is coming out between like his chest and his front paws. And I knot it. And then he sits and like stays put. And I use him to steady the rope as he rappels down, or I rappel down. And then I would like to look around to see if there's something that I can tie my side of the rope to, like a very sturdy tree, or like go around a boulder and something to use to like prop against. And then he's gonna, like, I'm gonna try to lower him down slowly by like leveraging against something.
Okay. So it will still be a strength check, but to find a boulder of appropriate size takes you a little minute. So other people are making their way down as you rappel easily with the bear as your counterweight holding you up or keeping you from
He's my
falling
banker,
quickly.
my bear anchor.
Your banker is doing a great job. And then as you get down to the bottom, it's like you got to hunt around and find something because it's really, there's not a lot at the base of this cliff. So it takes you a hot minute.
Or if there isn't something down there and there's a tree up on the level that we left, then Bear, at one, like me signaling, he would know to go and like go around so that the tree is then anchoring him that way.
The rest
And
of
then he
you
starts to stumble down.
make your way down pretty well overall, but watching this bear and Istra situation as they're trying to traverse the large four-limbed creature down the cliff face does give some of you pause. And what I'll say is that
Pause.
I'm using as many of them as I can. Loki, Istra's doing the work, so good luck, Istra. Loki and Simtech, you're probably the only two who quite have the dexterity to try to offer any assistance if you would choose to, or you could just not. It's up to you all.
Yeah, I'll offer help. Who needs help?
Okay. Yeah.
Are we
you
rolling
see-
for this, or are we just crawling down?
So what I would love, since the two of them are helping you, Istra, for your lowering of the bear,
All the smallest
roll
people are like,
athletics check. You will have advantage because you got two people supporting you.
Okay.
But if this goes sideways, it's going to be really fun.
Okay.
not for the bear, but for us.
What am I rolling?
Athletics check.
Okay, sorry. 12.
Awesome.
Not great.
It's beautiful. It's hugely beautiful.
Listen, an 11 is too close to a natural 1 on the die for my comfort. So I will take the 11 plus 1 versus the natural 1.
11.
You all watch as the bear, this hefty mound of fur and claws and perpetual confusion right now, dangles precariously from a harness of rope that looks quite honestly like it might have been better suited for a medium-sized cow at best. Its paws flapping uselessly in the air like it's trying to swim through an invisible river, and its face some sort of alternative between terror and resignation. The cliff face stretches far below it, dizzying drop of rocks and scraggly vegetation, and you just are witnesses to this. Supporting, grunting, straining, faces getting redder and redder than a tomato at noon. Low-key, you're just thinking like, is this normal? And the rope seems to be pulling you more than you're pulling it or letting it loose or what? And Simtek, you keep thinking like, no one told me the bear would squirm so much. The bear, for its part, just emits a sound somewhere between a growl and a whimper, as though lamenting all the life choices that led to this moment. Its eyes roll back and forth, catching glimpses of the ground below and the awkward encouragement from those of you down below. Istra, you yell out whatever encouragements you yell out, gesturing wildly and then grabbing the rope as it jerks down suddenly. And somehow, miraculously, beats it. A 12, the bear reaches the bottom unscathed, landing with a soft, indignant whoomp as the rope loosens and it rolls free. It shakes off the dirt and humiliation, does a passable impression of a roar.
I just walk over and I untie and I go, I'm sorry, it was less dignant than I meant it to be, but you did good. And then I turn around and go to I just look at the other two, the big guys. I go, I have like 0 charisma, so.
The bear looks at you, Simtek, then looks to the next cliff face facing it all. A repeat performance is just as successful as that one was, so you all do make it to the bottom of the second cliff face.
Woohoo!
A humiliated bear in tow. And you're close enough to kind of hear whispers of a conversation. It's not, you can't make it out. There's no way you could make it out, but you can hear whispers of a conversation. And if someone got close enough, you might actually be able to hear what was being set up on top of that spire of mountaintop where the Sphinx, and what more and more of you are able to make out as some sort of tiny flying creature. A few of you able to make out that it is truly a tiny dragon. You do think that if you got a little closer,
I would
sneakily.
I would like to sneak up and try and get like, I guess maybe like here. Oh, ping. Do the ping thing. I'm trying
You're
to ping. It
pinging.
won't let me ping. Oh, is it?
You're
Okay.
pinging.
There it goes. Oh, it's just a delay. Okay. Sorry. Internet.
Sure. Is anybody else going to join you on this, or are you going solo? Or you're letting the group know that you're going to go slip up?
I'm pretty good at this whole sneaky thing. I'll go to Loki.
Yeah, I was gonna say Loki should definitely go.
If they make it clear that they're trying to sneak, I'll probably wait here because
Yeah, I'm not going.
clanky.
Okay. So can I get Loki and Istra to roll stealth.
And I just turn to say, Bear, stay with the big guys. Oh dear.
12. Oh,
15.
Nice. Okay, combining that. Cool. The two of you are able to slip about right here before you feel like you would just be revealed. Go ahead and roll a perception check to see what you can hear.
You have been really inconsistent here.
I got a 20.
20, nice.
Perception. Perception.
Was that natural or added with your stuff?
30 20.
So dirty.
17.
Nice. Both of you did really well. Actually, the DC for that was just 15. So cool.
I want to know what
Glad
I would
you're
have
just-
rolled had I gone. Hang on.
Well, you have to roll
With
twice.
my
because
disadvantage,
you
it would have been a
roll
4.
once, and then-
4.
Hilarious.
Nice.
There's an alternate universe where I'm like clinkety clank clank clink clank clink.
Perfect. You get close enough that you can make out pieces of a conversation, and now Istra and Loki, you can definitely say that is a small dragon with butterfly wings, and they're talking to each other. The Sphinx and this little tiny creature are talking, and you get the sense that they're like, quotation marks, a married couple. You just hear, or maybe just roommates who lived together too long. You hear one say, "So what's the big idea with your parents, huh? You couldn't have given me a heads up?" "Oh, please, you're always off in your little riddle world, oblivious to the real world. Thought it'd be nice to introduce you to my family." "Nice, nice. You dragged them in here without a word. That's not nice, that's invasive." "Well, maybe if you weren't so selfish and self-absorbed, you'd want to meet my family." "Selfish? I'm trying to enjoy my life here. You're the one always pushing me to be something that I'm not. Can't you just accept me for who I am?" "Accept you? You're a lazy, self-centered creature who spends all day getting high and playing games. I'm trying to help you to grow." "Grow? I'm perfectly happy the way I am. You're the one who needs to grow up and stop trying to control me." "Fine, be miserable, but don't come crying to me when you're alone and lonely." "I'll be fine. I've been alone for centuries. You're the one who can't handle being alone." "Oh, really? Well, maybe if you weren't so irresponsible, you wouldn't have lost track of time and left the lair open. Remember when your little fey pet ran out and got eaten by that rock?" Oh, that was an accident. Things happen. "Yeah, well, maybe next time you'll think twice before you get so high you forget about your responsibilities."
I just turn to Loki and I go, mouth the words, "Wow." Eyes
Give me the old
wide.
Owen Wilson. Wow. Welcome
And
back.
I'm gonna go, and I mime "you stay here" to him, and I'm just gonna stroll up and go, excuse me.
Oh, you didn't. I'm sure she did. Hello. If you answer my riddles, I'll allow you to pass. If my feelings can put up with it, or just die, jump into the water. Who cares? I don't care.
Are you okay?
Somebody brought up a really sore subject recently, and I'm hurt. Well, I'm sorry. Oh, I know it was a low blow. I really shouldn't. Oh, shit. The little fey dragons just start circling in the air, like pacing but flying.
I was just wondering if you could maybe tell me how to get out. I just need directions. I don't even necessarily need to get by unless the way out is that way.
You need to pass the riddle to be able to go through the portal to the next stage.
Oh,
But I don't
okay.
think it's worth it right now. I don't think you need to deal with this. Just go back the way you came and just...
Are you sure you're okay?
No!
Is there anything I could do that would make you feel better?
You can't even handle one visit from my family. You hear the tension, or you feel the tension increasing, and I would love for you, with your supportive words, to go ahead and roll an insight check.
Unnatural 20.
You
Wait,
can coax the Sphinx into giving you the information you need, probably. You could probably wheedle it through there, but you see an opportunity here. Clearly, there's a dysfunctional relationship.
No.
And chances are, based on your skills, how you've interacted with the world, even your relationship with Bear, you can fix this. And if you can fix it, maybe they'll just let your group through. It's a slim, slim chance.
I can certainly try. Well, listen, maybe I can help mediate and we can get to the root of the problem, and we can help you. I can help you both move past this.
Whoa, what does that mean? And then you hear the sharper tone of the fairy dragon. I don't think anything is gonna fix this. It's too late. It's over.
Oh, okay. I hear you. But can you maybe try saying with a little bit more a concreteness what it exactly is that you need? Not necessarily that you want. What is it that you need from, and I just kind of gesture towards the Sphinx.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Don't forget that you have DM inspiration still. You've not used.
I don't need it. 25.
I don't need it.
25 hit.
Okay. Are you sure you rolled a level 3 character here?
I have a +6 to persuasion and I rolled a 19.
I know that was a low blow. And I just need you to understand that if we're going to make this work, we have to... I can't change you. I want to change you, but that's not... And I don't want to change you because I love who you are. You know, you're right. I've been selfish, but I'm trying to change. I'm really trying. I know, honey. I know, it's just sometimes it feels like you're slipping away. Like you're not really here with me. I promise. Promise. I'll try harder. Maybe we could spend more time together, just the two of us. No riddles, no smoke, just us. That sounds really nice. But remember, I want you to be happy. Don't change just for me. Just be yourself. And you should try to relax a little. The whole perfect relationship thing is stressing you out. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should just go with the flow. And with your coaching, you feel the tension easing.
Speaking of going with the flow, my friends and I are hoping to follow the flow of the river and get by, if that would be okay with you. That way we can leave you two alone to spend the time together that you're talking about.
Yeah. How many friends are coming through?
5. 4 humanoids and a bear. 3 humanoids, a mushroom, and a bear. 2 humanoids, a dragonkin, a mushroom, and a bear. One humanoid,
One's a
a mushroom,
lion.
a dragon, a lion, and a bear.
Just roll a persuasion check with advantage because you've been coaching and de-escalating their battle. The iterations on this raise a little bit of a level of concern.
Oh no! Where did my die go? Oh, okay. Second one was a natural 20. It's a 26.
Oh, crap.
First one was a 17, so it wouldn't have been much worse.
Okay, with a natural 20, they do grant you permission to continue on the pathway. Along with that comes from the Sphinx, watch out for the goblins.
Thank you. That's very kind. That's
Yeah,
very
they're-
generous of you.
They're
I
just
think
there.
you guys have a very bright future together.
So saying, the two creatures, each in their own unique, special way, begin to fly off over the jungle.
I'm gonna yell out to him, "You make a lovely couple."
You get a giant Sphinx pot wave. So yeah, Loki and Istra, you were the two who witnessed and were engaged in this little thing here. The rest of you have no idea what's going on, but you do see the Sphinx and the fairy dragon fly off.
Go back to Kingdom. Let them catch him up on what you said.
As everybody kind of goes by, I go, they said something about goblins, so we should probably, keep our eyes open. No one?
Goblins? I'm not afraid of goblins.
After you.
Right. I'm just going to march that way.
All right, so with
I marched
Felix
right behind
taking
him.
the lead, Gobo following right after.
Cling, 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 cling.
Who's coming up next? Who follows?
Wait.
I think Jess did. Jess marched right after me.
Yeah,
I'm
I got Gobo right after.
I'm
Felix.
10 feet behind the bear.
I was going to bring up the rear so you didn't have to stare at bare ass again.
Oh, okay.
Too bad. He's even further behind.
Intent.
That I'll place Simtech right between Bear Butt and that.
That's Felix. Just going.
That's fine. He would want to be somewhere towards the front of the group.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're within the first three. So Vanguard marching ahead. So Felix, given that you're in the lead, I'll have you roll a perception check as you keep an eye out for goblins.
Oh dear.
Unless somebody would like to support Felix as Felix is looking around for goblins.
Me.
I'm
I
back.
am. I'm looking. You know, he's looking high. I'm looking low.
Okay.
Awesome. Go ahead and Felix roll that with advantage.
Oh, the first one was better. 16.
16. Great. You march along, and I'm just going to move you all in tandem here. And right about here, as you're coming through a gap between the trees, you make out a little bit of movement as a gobloid steps forth out of the woods. And it looks like they're beginning to cast some sort of spell. It's a goblin with magic.
I would like to daunting
t-
roar at them.
To do what?
Daunting roar.
Daunting roar.
As a bonus action, once per short rest, creatures of your choice within 10 feet can hear you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw of 12 or become frightened until the end of your next turn.
So I just want to give you, oops, like,
I don't know if he's close
Like-
enough.
give you this little tidbit here. Come on, ruler, rule for me. They are too far for that.
Okay, do I have time to like sprint up to here and then roar at him?
So not before the spell goes off,
Okay.
Um, but you could, if you would like to be sprinting up to them, I will have you roll initiative.
Yes. I will
Okay,
sprint.
let's have everybody roll initiative, please.
Oh. Ruh-roh, Reggie. I don't even know what my...
19.
I got a 21.
Woo! Sorry, that was loud. I was leaning over.
I heard 19, 21.
16.
I got a nat 1
Oh, no!
Ouch.
plus
Just
2,
14.
so a 3 total.
You had pulled out a book and you were reading.
You fall
I
into
see
a
you.
puddle.
I have advantage on my initiative and my other ones.
Okay, I'm gonna just go through
Nice.
names and ask you for your numbers again because I accidentally deleted everything. So Sim, what'd you have?
Oh.
Natural 1.
Beautiful, best roll ever. Felix, what'd you get?
It's pretty cool.
19.
19. Gobo, what'd you get?
11, 12, 13, 14.
Cool, I actually had the right number in for you. Istra, what'd you have?
16. Took me a second to remember.
Okay, Loki, what'd you get?
21.
21. Beautiful. With your rolls, that is so cool. Beautiful. The curse spitter is currently very clearly in the midst of casting something, but as Felix begins to run up towards the curse spitter, you all experience, let's see, Felix is gonna get it. Felix, you are suddenly hit, or you might be hit, we'll see. Does a 17 hit?
Just barely. Yes.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as 2 goblin snipers appear across the canyon,
Oh, no.
and does a 13 hit.
9.
Yet another one pings off. So as Felix has run up to try to interfere with this curse spitter who's clearly casting some sort of spell, 2 goblin snipers appear out of the bushes across the canyon, across the water, and begin firing crappy goblin bows and arrows at Felix, one hitting and one tinking off their armor. Loki, at the back of the line, but with the highest initiative roll. What would you like to do?
I want to move up. What's the range of the short bow? 60 feet?
I believe your short bow has an 80-foot range.
80 foot? I have to move to the side. Can I move around?
I mean, you could
There.
hit either of these two. You have everything is in range. Felix is just in the way.
I want to hit the curse spitter because I'll have advantage.
Perfect. If you move right here, you'll have a little bit of cover from the snipers, and you can fire on it with impunity.
Fire. Alright, so I'm going to shoot the curse spitter with my short bow.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack. D20
Alright.
plus 6.
And it has an advantage because he hasn't taken a turn this. Didn't.
You're the first person that's
Yep.
looked at the screen in like ages.
They're both 7s, so that'll be a 13.
18 to hit.
It's been
Not 13.
13 to hit.
Yeah.
That. Let me see, double check here. That misses, sorry to say. So, like, your arrows arc through and they just skitter into the grass. The curse spitter's skinny little creature and it has no substance with which to hit it. And you can see that these aren't, you know, these are wild, untamed gobloids, you think. They clearly are more about attacking than about making peace. So that arrow misses. And do you have any bonus actions or movement you would like to take?
Just, I guess, bonus action hide behind that.
Yeah, using this little rock formation here, you can easily, easily make yourself hidden here.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to come up into the bush area, you could find cover in that area as well.
Yeah, maybe up there around the bushes.
Yeah, there's a few bushes here. Yeah, you would have cover from this side and front. So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
A little bit slow. That is an 11.
11.
Oh, no, that's half movement. Okay, cool.
No one.
You
Wow.
seem fairly well hidden, you think. The goblin curse spitter finishes its incantation, and you see a small fireball and launch itself at Felix. Felix, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Well, all right.
That's not good.
That's a 4. 4. This many.
Four, really?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Scott face.
Wow.
It's fine. It's cool.
Okay, you're going to take 8 points of damage. Fire damage, if you have any resistance to that. Felix getting the brunt of everything early on in this little encounter.
Tanks, that's what
And that takes us to Felix.
Well then, I'm going to use my Lay on Hands healing pool. I'm going to burn 12 of those points to bring myself back to full health as a bonus action.
Bonus action, none of that happened. But you watch as the holy magic courses through Felix's fur and wounds that had opened and the scorch marks that had been marked. The arrow is pulled free almost, well, magically. And the fur is regrown in moments.
That's right. Faith healing. What's up?
Be healed.
I'm going to run up to this dude. And I'm going to attack him with my greatsword.
Great. Roll the attack on that.
24.
24 definitely hits. Roll the damage. Oh, and you have mastery of the Gray's feet. See, this is what I was worried about, Larissa. So
What did I do?
it's just gonna hurt a lot. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Damage was
2d6
8.
plus 4. Plus the 4?
Yeah, my rolls were shit on the d6s.
Jeez.
8.
And then you get to that was a strength-based attack, right?
Yes.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but you get to add 3 more points to that. So you have 7 points of damage because you have ridiculous.
Well, 3 would be 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, 11. Just murder my creature.
11! Sorry,
11.
happy now.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, your greatsword smashes down, and it's just you've taken the wind out of the creature's sails as it just crouches back, a bit beaten, and it is going to be Istra's turn. And Gobo, you're up next.
All right. I would like to. I do have a question. With the new rules. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see it. I think I can still use the bonus action. If I cast Hunter's Mark, I can use the bonus action to move it. If I drop its current target, right?
Yeah, if the current target drops, you use a bonus action to move it.
Okay. All right. I am.
It's only cost you early on, yeah.
Okay. All right. I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on. Let me go back to the map. On this one. This one. And did that go off?
I didn't
Did it
see it,
work?
but did you mean
Woo!
this one here?
Yes, that one. And I'm going to pull out my take my crossbow off my shoulder and fire one bolt at it because I think I only have one at the moment. Okay.
Charge!
20! Pew, 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 pew. Hell yeah. All right. So I roll full damage and then another die. Hey, there it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll your damage and then
Wait, so one of them is full and then I roll another die? Can't remember how we do I haven't had a natural 20 on a damage die.
you roll the dice twice. Or you
Okay.
can just double up one of the rolls. But I like the roll the dice twice because that means you get to roll 2 d10s.
Okay. The 6 and an 8 plus 5 plus I have dreadful strikes. That's a D4, not a D6, Larissa. Okay, So I'm at 14 plus 5 is 19 plus 3 is 22. And they get pushed back 10 feet.
You watch as Ben, formerly a living gobloid creature, goes flying back, their corpse limp and smashes into the column, dead.
Bye, Ben.
Very, very dead.
Dead
Bye
Ben.
bye, Ben.
Ben the dead gobloid.
Instead.
Bonus action was used. Action is used. Movement.
Staying put for now.
Stand put on the bear.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That brings us to Gobo and Sim. You're on deck.
Me? Okay, awesome. I'm so excited because there's some really cool new stuff I have. So I am going to use my movement to go 25 feet. Oh, wait. To here. Yes, I can do that. Okay. And then I'm going to have out my Wait. New characters and all the things, all the options. Okay, wait. Action.
All the things! Must do all the moves.
I'm having to move my head around as you battle across the map. I was down in the bottom left corner. I had to move my head up. Now we're all up in the top left corner. I'm moving my head over the other side.
Follow the
Okay.
rook.
So I'm going to take out my spear and hit. What is your name? Goblin Curse Spitter with my spear.
Hook. Stabby stab!
Roll the attack.
Right. Oh my god. Wait. Why do I get all these things? Okay, great. Let's just do the attack first. 21.
21 hits.
1d6.
Ting, 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 ting,
And then
ting, 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 ting.
1d8.
That's
Wait,
how
what
we
is the
clap
D-
now.
oh,
Ting, ting, ting,
this.
ting, 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 ting.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 points of damage.
Hurts.
Um,
They're looking really
This-
rough.
This thing also has, I have mastery in my spear, so I can sap him, which means since I hit it, this creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn, which it will do anyways. So it has
Beautiful.
disadvantage. I'm also going to, because I have 2 weapon fighting, so for my bonus action, I am actually going to use my scimitar?
To
Scimitar.
use that, what is your
So, because I have
Is it-
mystery in this as well, it uses Nick, which means when I make my extra attack with a light property, which is what this is, I can make it.
hold up. Are you using a special 2-weapon fighting because you use your spear, right?
Yeah.
So your spear is not a light weapon, which is what you would need to use
It's
to
not?
be able to use 2-weapon fighting.
Properties. Oh.
It's versatile, but it's not light.
Okay.
So like if you use
Okay, then.
short-sworded and scimitar, that would be acceptable. But because spear does
Understood.
not fit that definition.
Well, I'm
you do
still
have other
gonna
bonus actions that
do-
you could use.
Yeah, I'm still. So I won't do that, but instead I will. don't want to do any of that. I'm just wait. So okay, man, I thought I was so smart with everything I did.
No, it's been really smart. You've almost brought this poor little goblinoid creature.
Okay,
Got
hold
a
on. Let me
name.
go back to
You've got him on the run!
here. This is what I wanted. Okay. Thought that's what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay. So then, yeah, that's actually all I am going to do because I don't want to use this yet. As a bonus action, you can use it to regain. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. Yeah, don't want to do that. So that's all I do.
Beautiful. As you finish up your turn, that takes us over to Sim, who had that awful roll that just gave you all this time to prep the most brilliant plan of all plans, right? So you're
In a perfect world, absolutely. In a realistic world,
I mean, you have to kind of... Plans change as people take actions.
Or you playing wrong like I did, and then you gotta think on your feet.
it's always good.
okay. So, measure some stuff. Oh, perfect. All right. So, I'm going to move. I have 40 feet of movement, so I can get right here.
Beautiful.
Aren't you speedy?
The monks who can get anywhere. The battlefield is your oyster.
I am going to take my attack, but I'm going to replace my first attack with Breath of the Dragon. So when I take the attack action on my turn, I can replace one of the attacks with the exhalation of draconic energy in the form of a breath weapon. I will choose to do a 30-foot line, and you would watch as Simtek looks at the sniper across the way and just opens his mouth, and a line of lightning leaps forth,
Lightning. Nice.
striking
you
out
fancy?
at this particular individual.
Cool.
So they need to make a DC 13 dex saving throw,
They
and
failed.
on a fail they take 2d4 damage.
Go ahead and roll this 2d4. Let me even see if I drew that long enough. This might be a longer line.
So they will take 3 lightning damage.
It hurts so bad.
What a world!
And then, as a bonus action, Sim will make an unarmed strike against the curse spitter in front of him.
Go ahead and roll that attack.
So that will be +4 to hit.
I wouldn't love if you
17 +4, 21.
That definitely hits.
And that will be 1d6 +2 damage.
In what way is the curse splitter splinched by your hands, powerful hands?
You're a pain in my hand.
+2, so he will take 7 damage.
Yep. Let me know
with-
how this fool has met its fate. His
So
day.
Simtek breathes out his breath weapon and then just roundhouse kicks the guy in the side of the head. Nothing crazy, just
The side
just
of his
motherfucker.
burning head.
Oh,
Carl Curse Splitter does what every enemy in an awesome martial arts combat scenario does, and does not get back up again. Meanwhile, Simtek just stands there peacefully breathing, legs in a martial stance of some sort of true combat movie awesomeness, I'm sure.
He's the Chuck Norris of D&D.
So painful. This action has drawn everybody's attention over here, and you're all seeing all this happen. And as you're paying attention to all the movement and the situation that is going on, Istra does a 15 hit.
Nope.
It doesn't. They missed.
My AC is 17, bitch.
Damn.
A goblin assassin appears right behind you and misses its first strike. It goes for a second strike, does a 16 hit.
Near?
This dude who I've been having crawl down the map at the slowest pace ever, because when you're in stealth, you get half your movement, gets over here just to whiff the whole thing. And it's doubling down on the Marshall movie comedy of what happened with the Curse Spitter, in that it just like not even hitting bear hide on its 2 attacks here. And Istra, you are made aware that there is a goblinoid assassin right next to you. Alfred is going to take their next shot, and they're going to shoot at the person who's lightning to them. Is the lightning still there, or did it fade after the breath was done?
Yeah, it's just like a little, like, quick breath attack.
Okay, cool.
It's not persistent.
So as the lightning, like, it's shooting its arrow in your direction shakily a little bit here, and it rolled a natural 1, and you just hear the snap of a goblin shortbow.
Oh no.
It is going to use its bonus action to pick up its fallen comrade's crossbow, and its movement to run away. Take your bow, thank you very much.
Mine.
Alfred's not for this anymore.
Alfred's out.
Ben is dead. Loki, you have a running goblinoid to one direction behind you and behind a pillar, so obscured from your view, but you did hear some noises behind you where Istra was standing with the bear, but there is a little bit of a line of sight issue where you may not be able to actually make out what's going on over there. And you can see that there's a goblinoid running off across the field in the distance, retreating, but well within your range. Great. Roll that attack. Steady aim.
I'm going to
Immediate advantage, so you're rolling 2d20s, taking the higher
steady
of the 2.
aim and take a shot at Alfred.
Oh, yes, you've definitely hit, Alfred. Roll the damage.
Uh, 16 plus 6. 22.
Yes.
6.
So that's 2d6 that you get to roll for that.
That's a 1 on the damage, but I get a sneak attack with that.
10 plus the 4, that is your
So
base
what
plus
is
the
that?
1. So that's 50. You
10 plus 4, 14 total damage.
okay, cool. So 14. That
No,
is
10.
enough for Alfred.
It was 9
So,
for the sneak attack.
What
1
does this
for the
shot
damage,
across the
and then
field
4
look
for
like
weapons.
that takes out the last of the 2 goblin snipers? Yeah, it's falling straight forward onto
As
his
he's
face.
running,
The long goblinoid nose
I'll just
crunching a
pull
little
back
bit into
and
the moist
some right
jungle
straight in the
soil.
back, and he
The
falls
bow that
forward
had just
straight on
collected
his
from its
face.
fallen comrade flying off into the weeds a few paces away from it. And all that remains under from the view that you have is just a field of grass and one arrow sticking up out of the ground somewhere. No reason, just a stake in the ground. First splitter is toast. Felix.
All right. I'm gonna turn around and start to walk back. Like not realizing that this guy's here until I take a few steps. I'm like, oh shit, an assassin, and then I'm gonna guiding bolt him. Which
Roll
is
that guiding bolt.
roll that
How does that
beautiful
even
bolt
work
footage.
anymore? That changed. They made it so that it doesn't work at all, so that I just automatically win when you do that. It's just like a wasted spell.
Just call me Shadowheart.
You know, just roll a d20 and add 5 to it. No big deal.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would
Okay.
be that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just
What was it
checking.
that I
Yeah,
said
no.
last time to you when I said does a 30 hit and you said yes?
13 damage. 13 radiant damage, if that matters.
The radiant doesn't matter so much, but this is looking really rough for our goblinoid assassin. Anything else?
Hang on, one second.
And the update really added a lot of fun bonus actions.
Yeah. Is any of these
Definitely did.
does Mushroom or Semtech have any damage? I don't think so, right? Or Semtech? No. Okay, no, I'm good then. I'm just gonna like move to here. Call it good.
Okay. Cool. That takes us to Istra. You are standing right next to something that just got zapped by some sort of holy bolt. It is not looking good for this goblinoid assassin.
And it's next to me, not like behind me.
Well, it was behind you, but because it did so terribly at both of its to hits, I just assume you like are turned to it a bit so you can see it. I had to make it has to make sense story wise. It's not behind you because if it was behind you, it probably would have gotten to stab you in the back, but something went wrong.
Well, I'll do this, which is this is my usual move, dismounting from bear in combat, which is I kind of do like a somersault over his head and like down that way. And so whatever movement, I don't know if you want to consider that a jump or
It's
climb
part of
down
the
or whatever.
movement.
And then I'm gonna take my glaive and I'm going to stab at it.
Roll the attack, please.
Stabby. Number. Okay. It has a very low plus to it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you get
Wait, I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
so you have proficiency with martial weapons, but
I have I have-
it's a strength-based weapon, and you have lower strength.
right, but I have weapon. I have what is it? Weapon mastery.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which I think lets me use my.
that's just the mastery property. It doesn't let you use your
Right.
dexterity for this purpose.
Right. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's a 9.
You miss, but this stupid weapon.
No, I
way.
have to hit. It's only if it hits.
If your attack roll with a glaive misses,
Oh,
you
right,
can deal damage with the graze property,
right.
equal
Which
to the
is-
ability modifier used to make the attack. So it's a +1 for your strength. That's the ability modifier. So despite missing, you've grazed it such that you've actually done 1 point of damage to this goblin. That it was
I give it
looking
like the
pretty rough.
Inigo Montoya like cheek graze, like whoosh.
It's a bad day to be a goblinoid in this town, is what it really is. Still standing, looking like it's ready to bolt. Gobo, Mushcap. You can hear battles off back in the direction from which you came. A glaive has been thrown. A bolt has been cast.
So I'm going to. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. 80 feet or 150. So I could get 1, 2, 3. Wait, 20. Okay, so that's 25. I'd like to
actively use my
Go ahead.
bonus action to transfer my hunter's mark because I keep forgetting.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
If I get to where I just moved, is this pillar in my view of them?
It is in your view of them. If you had something area of effect wise that could be used to like, or
Like if I were to use a crossbow, I'd do it at disadvantage.
crossbow, it would get some bonuses to its AC because it does have half cover here. So
Why you gotta
the-
make it about
roll
height?
the attack, it will have a higher DC, but it does not change the advantage to disadvantage situation.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and roll
so
your
well, then
attack.
I'm gonna go for
It
it.
just has cover.
So
It does not create an advantage disadvantage situation.
I totally missed 6.
Aiming over a small platform from this close, twang, it just too much power for such a close range situation.
Okay. This feature. No, not that one. This one? No, not that one either. Okay, that's as a bonus action, I'm just gonna holler out and yell, "You're lucky I'm better with swords than crossbows, you." And that's,
Beautiful.
just try to intimidate.
How
Beautiful
old is
intimidation.
Mushcap? Because that's very get off my lawn energy. I just have to say.
I mean, it is a mushroom. Getting off of its lawn would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're 3, you're old for a mushroom. I don't know.
Ooh. Some of those mic and the creepy. All right, that takes us to Simtech.
I am going to move.
Oh, dude, can totally get there. This is insane. Monks are so
20 feet
wild.
here, and then so I wanted to know, is this like, can I get through like right here?
Yeah, it would slow you down, except it won't slow you down because of what your class lets you do. So you can actually get right up to the Goblin Assassin from behind. Is that your intent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be considered flanking then?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm just going to take some armed strikes against this fellow. D20 plus 4 does a 14 hit.
No, 14 doesn't hit.
All right. I will take my bonus action, unarmed strike. Does a 17 hit.
Yes, that hits.
1d6 plus 2. 5 damage, bludgeoning.
Just how do you pummel this poor, pathetic, unnamed goblin assassin? Because I never got around to naming it.
So, without a whisper of noise, Simtek dashes up behind this goblin and donkey punches him in the back of the head, and then begins to use his head as a punching bag, like you see in one of those boxing gyms where the guy just hits it and it bounces back and forth, and he just repeatedly hits it and hits it until the goblin falls over.
And thus, the goblin, formerly known as Punching Bag, fails its death saving throws for all time. And you have a clear pathway to the portal out of here.
As he like runs up and does that, I'm just like, and I just kind of lean back to Bear because I'm off of Bear, and I go, to miss him more.
With that, we are out of combat, and we are.
Oh, wait, can I loot all those guys?
Yes, sure. You go through and you rifle through all those pockets. You find some very interesting goblinoid things, which I will share with you.
You
at a
find
later time.
nothing.
But to wrap this up and to close out this session, because it is at the end of our session, you get to that portal at the end, transported to, this is creepy, that needs to go away. Seeing myself in a picture is creepy. You to the portal and you hear the voice from the beginning of this whole thing. You have succeeded. You have surpassed expectations and won me a prize beyond all prizes. Much appreciated. Toodaloo, have fun. Bye. And you start to feel your bodies fade out of this realm and back to the locations from which you came. Your new weapons and toys that you were offered in the beginning still within your possession. If you would like to, you can each roll a wisdom saving throw. If you roll a 15 or higher, you remember the entire experience and how you gained to the toy. If you roll less than a 15, you've forgotten all about it, but you have a new toy.
I rolled an
shit.
11, so I yell out, "You have all been amazing, and I will remember you forever."
And then you don't remember them at all.
I don't remember nothing.
You and Felix, who both forgot everything, just see each other at the bar each day. You feel familiar, but not really.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. You not only remember everyone, you actually think you know how to get back there if you want to.
Oh, no.
He's like, I don't want to go back.
They incept
really-
into the dream realm.
What's really funny is my subclass is Fey Wanderer, and I don't remember shit.
I love the idea of somebody who's a Fey Wanderer and has spent their entire life wishing to go and never makes it.
To be fair, I never asked where we were. I only ever asked where was my bear.
I like to think that she's been there 25 times but never remembered.
Also possible.
That's what I was thinking.
You fade from existence, and the place where you were, they are thick with a scent of decay, of the jungle, and the distant rhythmic drumming of some sort of unseen creatures as they celebrate this. The final challenge has been overcome, the final riddles solved or lost entirely. You've been safely absconded away with and then returned. That you're back in your familiar surroundings. The jungle with all its dangers and wonders faded to non-memory for some of you and distant memory for others. The experiences you gained, the toys that you've earned stay with you. And hopefully you can look forward to further adventures because, of course, they've only just begun. Thank you for joining us so much at Probability of Demise. We appreciate you a ton. We hope you find your own pod. And feel free to reach out if you would like to join us for a one-shot.
Thank you to Lance and Jim for joining us. Yay!
Yes, thank you, Lance. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
right.
Thank you, Patty, for letting Jim.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
Bye.
All right. The
All
only
right.
the only requirement is you got to do this. All right. Ready? Okay.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye.